I've heard from Inspector Lau. We're ready for the briefing. Mary Kelly heads up the most powerful crime family in London, Clan Kelly, which should at least be easy to remember.
Under her old man, they were a bit player. Then he died, and her rivals started disappearing. Her enemies, her friends, her family. They call her Bloody Mary for a reason.
Early on, Mary abandoned cash in favor of cryptocurrency and brought the Kellys' criminal business online.
It makes weapons smuggling, drug running, money laundering all a lot easier without a cash trail. The woman single-handedly modernized organized crime in London. She considers herself to be untouchable. Case in point, from my files you retrieved. Darla Covington, 19. Sasha Haddad, 28. Radek Starkovich, 24. All disappeared.
It's difficult to find good help these days, isn't it, love? Most people, they ain't driven. Not like you. Because they feel worthless, don't they? The way that the world is, how it uses people. It's horrible. It's nice that you have a purpose. Oh, that'll be me, love.
We aren't finished here.
This was a courtesy. Oh, give my regards to their families. It's horrible losing someone you love. Nice meeting you, Caitlin.
As you can see, she'll never respond to interrogation. But there is one place she feels comfortable talking, the Sandstone residence.
Inspector Lau thinks a police bug in the Kellys' headquarters may have the evidence she needs to finally convict Bloody Mary.
Sandstone is their center of operations. I know the data on that bug will take her down. Get it for me, and I swear I'll put her away forever.
Pushing the coordinates to your optics.
Sabine here, Inspector Lau. I'm curious how you think you can bring Mary Kelly to justice now, with no backing. Even before Albion took over policing, you couldn't lock her up. And she goes on treating humans like cattle.
I had to work within the system. Yes, it was corrupt. I knew it. I just didn't know how bad it was. I thought a strong enough case couldn't be buried.
But it didn't work. How can it be different this time? The police force is more corrupt than ever, especially with Albion taking over.
Because I'm taking it to a contact in the Attorney General's office, an honest solicitor with a hard-on for organized crime, specifically for Mary Kelly. Look, our methods may differ, but I want to help those people as much as you do.
All right. But however this goes down, there's no way we're letting Mary slip the net again. That's not how DedSec does things. Let's get to Sandstone.
Security here is state-of-the-art, quite impenetrable. Unless, of course, you flew a drone through the window one of Mary's mouth breathers left open.
The recording device is in her security room.
Getting there should be a simple matter of navigating the vents.
What the hell?
She's using these people as house servants, against their will.
Horrible in itself, but a million times worse knowing they end up as unwilling organ donors.
idiot. Do you piss everyone off the way you're pissing me off, you wanker? Stupid git.
That's it. Let's see what kind of recording we've got on her. Just look at this place. This is what comes of old crooked money. The Kelly family has been profiting from people's misery for a long time. She's got this shit all over the manor.
So you've been in there before? Is that how you ended up in the basement of the Southwark incinerator?
We needed something incriminating, so we decided someone had to get in here and plant a bug. I wasn't going to assign someone else to do that. You saw how Mary uses the people she grabs out of the EPC, and the staff's uniform's not hard to mimic, so I went in. What I didn't know was that she had intel on our investigation, my team. I thought going off book would stop the leaks, but she still knew we were coming. She tortured me for the names of my team, tried to break me, but cops don't give up cops. Turned out she already knew the whole unit and put hits out on them. The woman is a mindfucker.
Oh, God. I'm sorry. You're lucky she didn't plant one of her microchips in you. But then, she probably knew you'd rather die than be her slave.
That's how I ended up on that butcher's table. So many reasons to want to rid the world of her, but it wouldn't be enough to just put one in her brain. My mates died trying to bring her to justice. I have to honor that.
Boże! Nie!
Look at the state of you. Look what you've done to yourself after everything I've done for you.
You made me a slave. All of us. Please, let me go. Take this thing out.
Back to your old life. Back to nothing. Back to you 2.5 screaming blighters in your dead-end job and sucking off the dole. You don't want that, love. This microchip is scary, I know, but I got to keep tracks on my merchandise, don't I? And this kitchen knife, that won't do it, love. Cutting yourself affects my bottom line.
Look, I can't live like this anymore.
No. You're all right there. It's all right, sweetheart, because I have another use for you. Ooh, paying attention, are we? Good. Be sure and spread the word. You know where this one goes. Get these two and all the others over to the venue and ready for the sale.
Right away, ma'am. Also, the foreign investors have already landed and the drones are programmed, ready to deliver the invitations and the coordinates to all the guests.
Is that initiative I'm smelling, Peter? Initiative can be a dangerous thing. Can be misinterpreted. For fuck's sake.
This is insane. How did Mary get her hands on this kind of tech? It takes a sick mind to come up with killer microchips.
Perhaps a disease mind, but definitely an ingenious one. Perfect psych profile for a group like Zero Day, wouldn't you say?
Her affiliations aren't my priority, Bagley. She's keeping these people enslaved. And it sounds as if she's selling them. This is huge.
Clever. Despicable, but clever. The microchip lets her enslave them. If they step out of line, zap! Organ harvesting time.
DedSec, we'll have to crash that slave auction. Get all the information we can out of there. The location will be on the invitations. She hasn't sent out the invitation yet, but when she does...
Bagley, monitor the drone networks. Give us a heads up when Mary sends out her fleet. Until then, I reckon we're in a holding pattern.
I'll get in touch if I hear about anything else that might interest you. Cheers, DedSec.
Your source for what they don't want you to know. With me, Tash. It's hard to
can I
believe
kill
that
this
there could be
thing?
shortages of food and medicine in an advanced country like ours. And yet, here we are. Those old government promises of adequate food turn out to be just another lie. Today we're short...
Since we're waiting for our cordial invitation to Mary Kelly's tasteless theme party, we can finally get back to what really matters, solving the mystery of Zero Day. Who are they, and why did they frame DedSec for the bombings?
What have you found, Bagley?
Glad you asked. Today, the great AI detective has 2 leads for his dog's body politic. Obviously, Albion needs looking into, but I also have a more unusual thread for you to pull on. There's a new hacktivist group on the dark web scene called the 404. But instead of being in it for the lulz, this lot seems to be in it for the brutal reshaping of society by any means necessary. Sound like anyone you know?
Sounds like we have options.
I've marked both on your optic.
What was the first thing that happened when Britain sealed itself? Like the first stuff that got stopped from coming in was fresh food. I mean, we could live without...
Got a potential recruit for you. I'll mark them on your map.
When the radioactive isotopes stop coming in. Now, radioactive isotopes, that's what we use in cancer screening, cancer treatment. Now, that stuff, it has a short half-life. Technetium used to save hundreds of thousands of lives just by screening for cancer, let alone testing for cancer. But that stuff has a half-life of 66 hours. As soon as those rules went up, there was just no time to bring it into the country, and that is when people started dying. And then the medicines. thing is, there's loads of medicines that you just can't stockpile. There was a moment before it took place when actually there was some effort to try and stockpile some of the medicines. There was some things that could be done. For a lot of it, there was simply nothing that could be done. We had a major problem with drugs for schizophrenia. So we saw such an uptick in the kind of attacks you saw in the street and people suffering on their own because they didn't have the mental health drugs, because those drugs simply couldn't be stockpiled. And we eventually found the same thing with foods that weren't produced in the UK. And the trouble with the UK was we don't...
I think with someone like you, we could really make a difference. Do you want to be on the right side of history?
You're dead sick, right? Got a situation you can help with.
We'll do our best to help out. What's your problem?
An undocumented friend of mine just got swept up by Albion. Bloody inhumane. Not that it matters these days.
Rescuing innocent souls from the depths of Albion? Absolutely our MO.
Love the enthusiasm, but it's not that simple. Even if we break them out, Albion will just come for them again. We need a passport, specifically a black market biometric forgery, like the kind Clan Kelly sells.
All right, we'll look into it.
Thank you. I'll owe you whatever the fuck you want if you help me out with this.
Dominate what's going on out there on the streets.
Bagley, little help here.
Clan Kelly routinely moves their passport forgeries around the city. There should be a shipment in one of their delivery cars. I've also found the Albion facility where our prospect's undocumented friend is being detained.
Read you loud and clear.
We're in luck. There's a... That's the vehicle you're looking for there.
Attention, flat
Got
tire
the vehicle.
detected.
What's next?
Please
Just
repair
deliver
as
the
soon as
vehicle.
possible.
I found a passport in the boot that's a close match on facial composition. So all I have to do is doctor the chip, and our prospect friend can use it at all checkpoints, travel freely, and buy alcohol for minors.
Top job, Bagley.
Search. Tasteless!
Attention, flat tire detected.
Please repair as soon as possible.
Suspect reported in your area, potentially armed
This
and
is
hostile.
London calling. You're listening to Bucket.
Approaching with caution,
Your source
over.
for what they don't want you to know.
Control,
Me,
we're in
It's
pursuit.
hard to believe that there
Over.
could be shortages of food and medicine in an advanced country like ours. And
Control, I can't see the suspect. Please advise. Attention, flat tire detected. Please repair as soon as possible. Control, I've lost sight of the target. Over.
Control, we're returning to HQ, over.
Attention, flat tire detected. Please repair as soon as possible. Attention, flat tire detected. Please repair as soon as possible. Attention, flat tire detected. Please repair as soon as possible. Attention.
Done.
Good. Now that we've got the false passport, you can safely rescue that undocumented person.
Find the little shit who thinks they can hack our vehicles. You're gonna have to come out sometime.
This is where our prospect's undocumented friend is being held.
I understand.
Better run.
Ha! Down you go!
I'm leaving, whatever is going on.
Here's a patient you'll never forget.
The hostage is in here. Let's get her out.
I'm taking you in! Will result in arrest. Cease and desist. You've been restrained. Halt. Failure to comply will result in forceful intervention. Surrender yourself. Failure to comply will result in extreme measures.
Agreed.
Surrender yourself. Failure to comply will result in extreme measures.
Sierra 4-2, this is Control. An alarm has been activated near you.
Reinforcements have
Survey
arrived.
the area.
Something set the alarm off. Search the premises.
Code 3. Closed units proceed to alarm location.
Who are you? You're outmatched. Shots fired.
Your comrade is now taking an Albion-mandated timeout. You're up.
Oh, wonderful. Another mess for me to clean up.
The hostage is in here. Let's get her out.
Protest rallies are not permitted. Awaiting an active protest.
You don't need to do this.
Whoa! Don't need this shite. Toss up. Nothing to report so far.
Unauthorized spider drones. Lock it down. We've got a rogue spider bot. Find the intruder.
I know you're there. I need cover. Come on up.
I saw something here.
Checking now.
I will look. They must be over here.
I'm moving in.
Run all you want. I'll keep up now.
Get her out.
Cheers, mate.
Target has escaped. Searching. Target sighted.
Where's the hell? I'll provide cover. Seeking cover.
Engaging target.
Turn over everything here until you find them.
Easy now.
Brilliant bunch of wankers, aren't we?
Hold the fireworks. You've picked up a Clankelly tale, and from their comms chatter, it seems they're not happy about you stealing all those extremely valuable forged passports. Wonder why?
Shit.
Yes, well said. You know, I'm growing rather fond of our little chats. If you don't die in the next few minutes, maybe we can have another.
Me, Tash. It's hard to believe that there could be shortages of food and medicine in an advanced country like ours. And yet, here we are. Those old government promises of adequate food turned out to be just another lie. Today we're short of basic foodstuffs and vital medical supplies. Hundreds have already died of conditions that could be easily cured. The black market means that criminal gangs like Clan Kelly run our cities. And Prime Minister Dev Hassani isn't even around to pretend to care. How do we go from a consumer paradise to a place of empty shelves and fighting for supplies? What turns a land of plenty into a wild west of hoarding, food battles and black market barons? We protect everyone who comes on the podcast by keeping their identities a secret.
That passport should keep them safe from the goon squads. Listen, it's real fucking rough out there these days, but folks like you keep my faith in humanity going. So, you know, thanks.
Best thing you could do is join DedSec. We could use you.
Yeah, I'm ready to make a difference.
This is London Calling. You're listening to Buccaneer, your source for what they don't want you to know. With me, Tash. It's hard to believe
I say again, all units, we have reports of a hostile in your area, over.
those old government promises
Moving in hostile's direction.
turned out to be just another lie. Today we're short of basic foodstuffs and vital medical supplies. Hundreds have already died of conditions that could be easily cured. The black market means that criminal gangs like Clan Kelly run our cities. And Prime Minister Dev Hassani isn't even around to pretend to care. How do we go from consumer paradise to a
Calling
place
off the
empty
pursuit.
shelves and fighting
Over and
for
out.
supplies? What turns a land of plenty into a wild west